everybody.
That.
I'm so sorry that we just decided to go live now because afterwards we want to go in on our reality TV channel, and so a lot of people end up watching the replay. But this is interesting. I already did a video earlier today, and the video I did earlier today was about Jay-Z's side. I forgot what it was about. I'm
Oh
thinking
no,
about that.
actually, it was about a client of Buzbee suing
Oh yeah,
him,
that's right.
and then we talked about Jay-Z going back and forth with Buzbee. Buzbee's upset that he didn't take the settlement.
Okay, now it's
Basically.
gotten worse. It's gotten worse because at first Jay-Z was listed as John Doe. They didn't say his name till Buzbee found out that he hired some investigators that were talking to people from his law firm and ex-employees. So Buzbee dropped Jay-Z's name by including him in the lawsuit. Now they're going at it. This is lawyering at its finest. Okay, both are fighting for their reputation. Okay, earlier today, Alex Spiro wrote a letter to the judge telling the judge that they have a witness that says that Tony Buzbee asked her to lie. She said she was having a problem in a case. He asked her to say that it was Sean Diddy Combs. Then afterwards, so Jay-Z side, Alex Spiro writes the judge a letter and says this witness says that Buzbee asked her to lie. And then like about an hour ago, Buzbee came out and said, well, I have a taped phone call of Jay-Z side paying people off $1,000 to sue him. It's a mess. I'm going to read this to you. And y'all, listen, I'm not on the side. I report it. And you do whatever you want with the information. This article's from Deadline. Somebody sent this to me. They were like, Sharrell, what is going on? Well, it's a mess. That's what's going on. And both sides are fighting for their life. Okay, let me read this to you. It says, and this is Dateline, okay, being really transparent here. Anybody can go read this letter. It says, as any deep pocket client of Alex Spiro will tell you, the high-profile trial attorney often executes a maximum impact strategy of very targeted attacks on the case against said client, as well as the planting of legal landmines to blow up the other side of down the line. The combination is exactly what Quinn Emanuel, that's the law firm, just did for Jay-Z today in a Jane Doe underage our case against the Empire State of Mind singer. The current imprisoned Sean Diddy Combs, now with blowback from a lawyer represented by potential victim of Combs and others. Spiro may have overplayed his hand or gotten precisely the reaction he wanted. A day after Spiro and Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, strongly sought to have the refiled R action against the 99 Problem superstar, and Combs either tossed out of court or have the name of the 13-year-old plaintiff from the alleged 2000 assault by the two rappers are still unnamed female celebrity be unmasked. So we know that they asked yesterday, Jay-Z side, for the 13-year-old who's now 37 to have her name released. Okay. Now, a 2-page letter and a declaration from colleague Mary Henderson has been sent to Judge Annalisa Torres, casting the other side as far as worse than ambulance chasers. After detailing her experience to an attorney at the Buzbee firm, he pressed for a connection to Mr. Combs, asking at what point did you meet Diddy, even though she made it clear that her case was unrelated to Mr. Combs. Henderson's declaration states that the law firm of Tony Buzbee, who is currently representing dozens of anonymous alleged victims of ex
SA.
AB, I'm not sure if I could say that word. I'm sorry if I stole. By the all the Benjamins performer. The unnamed Texas resident here had reached out to Buzbee's firm after seeing the media savvy lawyer on TV earlier this fall talking about Combs, who had been charged with ex trafficking in his NYC arrest on September 16th. The woman in question sent into the firm's website some information about ex trafficking incident she had occurred to her, again, not including Sean Combs. After not hearing from Buzbee's firm for 2 weeks, during which this woman tried to contact the firm multiple times, she spoke again with a member of the firm who pressed her to confirm false details regarding her experience as a victim, including that she was drugged, held down, pushed, and physically assaulted. The declaration adds, and the letter from Spiro notes, she felt directed and coached by Buzbee's firm to say that someone held her down and put drugs in her mouth when that was not her experience. She felt forced to lie. Ooh, child. When the woman made clear she was unwilling to adapt to the narrative Mr. Buzbee's firm laid out and wanted only to speak her truth, she was dropped as a client and told that Mr. Buzbee's firm was unwilling to represent her any longer. Just hours after Jay-Z surprisingly appeared Monday at the LA premiere of Disney's Mustafa, The Lion King, the film's voiceover stars Beyonce and daughter Blue Ivy, the dual filing by his defense team as Buzbee preparing to go scorched earth with some very, very serious accusations of his own. The declaration that it is patently ridiculous that his Houston-based firm tried to strong-arm a woman into anonymously pursuing a civil case against the Bad Boy Record founder, even though her experience as a victim of trafficking by celebrities was entirely unrelated to Mr. Combs or Mr. Carter. Buzbee told Deadline the allegations made by Spiro in a letter to a federal judge Monday is pure BS. We don't pressure people, nor do we need to. The openly aggressive attorney said Spiro's correspondence on behalf of Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, appeared in the docket in the New York earlier today. So they gave the judge the letter earlier today. I'm growing weary of responding to this kind of trash, Buzbee went on to say. Jay-Z's team is desperate and seemingly out of control. Their investigators are recently been caught on tape offering current clients of ours $1,000 to sue our firm. This conduct is reprehensible and illegal. There will be consequences coming soon. In just the past few minutes, Buzbee took to social media to offer even more information on supposed payoff attempts, he alleges. The guys are on tape offering to pay clients to sue our law firm, he writes with apparent transcript. That's a crime. So he posted this on his social media. So what's going on is they have a person that says that Buzbee forced her to lie on Diddy and Jay-Z and say that these things happened to her and she refused to do it. Mr. Buzbee came back, said that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. He says he has a tape of Jay-Z's private investigators offering people $1,000 to say things that they want them to say. Then he posted on his social media. It says, investigators from New York have called many of our law firms, current and former clients. What they didn't anticipate was one of the clients decided to record the conversation. It's shocking and illegal. Here's a portion of the transcript. When you click on the transcript, it goes to his social media. He says, here's the investigator. The investigator says, in a couple of days or maybe next week, anyone Googling Buzbee and his company, his practice are going into litigation. Okay, this is what they're telling people to say. What we're trying to do is we're trying to put this thing together for the company that we're working for. We couldn't get you pay. We could get you paid. You could get money right soon. We have this kid $1,000 to start yesterday to get him on the right path. At the end of the day, this is going through the courts. Buzbee is getting sued. These guys on tape offering to pay clients to sue our law firm. That's a crime. So he says he has it on tape. He gave a portion of what's on the transcript. It doesn't matter. These people are going back and forth, fighting in the public court of opinion. Jay-Z attorney submitted a letter, a 2-page letter to the judge. Buzbee should have gave the tape to the courts and probably not go public with the information. I think every time he goes public with it, it's an attempt to rile everyone up. But what we think about him doesn't matter. It's what the court thinks that matters. So that's what's going on. And so, he's pissed. And I don't understand why Buzbee's so pissed. This is what they do in lawsuits. You had someone go out and talk. You collect information. So I don't understand why Buzbee's so upset. Then not only that, then he starts dropping things that Jaguar Wright is saying about Jay-Z. Now, some people believe Jaguar, some people don't. Maybe Tony Buzbee does now. Maybe Jag's going to be a witness. And he's just trying to post all this bad stuff about the other side. That's like playing in the court of a public opinion.
Right.
None of this matters. Jaguar, right? I personally believe Jag. A lot of people don't believe Jag. What Jag says doesn't matter in this lawsuit unless you go in front of a judge. This is crazy and messy as hell, because both sides, somebody's lying.
Right.
Somebody's lying.
Or it could be a combination of both, right? It's like playing poker with a straight face, right? Jay-Z, that this person could have said that, or this person could be making that story up. But at least they sort of forwarded it on to the judge. Buzbee, I can see how somebody can stage that themselves. If you trying to follow by an alibi, look, see, I'm getting harassed. People are calling my people. Where's the actual proof? Yeah, a phone conversation with somebody. And I'm just saying, people, if I want to stage that against you, Sharrell, I can call one of my friends and say, hey, call me with this information. I'm going to record it, and I'm going to say it was Jay-Z. Right?
But here's the thing. No, go ahead.
It's no proof that Jay-Z camp even did that. Possible? Maybe. But it's possible that the girl that's saying Buzbee coached her to saying these things, she could be lying also. So I'm not taking no side on it, but they just playing in a public atmosphere where they can try to gain sympathy on this side or the other. At the end of the day.
No, Buzbee's doing that. Jay-Z did it the right way. He wrote a letter to the judge.
I got you right, but I'm saying,
and I don't understand where the anger's coming from Buzbee.
He thought that he can make quick money, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the lack of confidence he got in his client. If you got the lack of confidence in your client and whether you can build a case or not, you need the settlement to win that case. Because if you know that when you go to court, you really don't have one, you're going to be humiliated. Like, you let it go this far and this all you got. I'm not saying what the man got. I'm saying that's a possibility, right? But as far as he coming out with a transcript, hell, anybody could have did that. He could have had his wife call and say it. I'm just saying. And here's a phone call. This is Jay-Z team. Where's the proof? And I'm sure even with Jay-Z, the person with his attorneys, with the girl saying they coached her, do she have a tape of Buzbee coaching her? I don't know. But like you said, he did it the right way. I'm not taking the left side or the right side. I'm here for the evidence, right? And regardless, say both of them are telling the truth. What they got to do with the case? Can you prove Jay-Z violated your client? At the end of the day, that's what an argument is. So that's just how I feel about it. But go ahead.
It's a mess. I'm just telling y'all what happened. It's a mess. We'll find out. I think Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z have a history, and Jane Doe was a plant to mess up all of his cases. You think Tony and Jay-Z have a history and that the minor was a plant? I believe the minor. I always believe the victim. They're all distracting the public. What's really going on? Yeah, you're right, Shar. It's just like,
okay, right. And then I'm gonna go back to his client, and I'm gonna say this, with all due respect to anybody wishes how they think about. I always believe the client. I'm not saying the client lying. I ain't saying she right. She got just as much right as the person being accused. And I'm gonna go back to this and say, if the victim got proof or she barely to prove it, she should take it to court and fight for justice. So I'm not saying it's true, but I mean, I don't know which side because I haven't seen any evidence to show me that he did do it. And I really don't have no evidence to say he didn't. Because right now, no evidence has been presented. So if you guessing on one side or the other, you just simply guessing at this point because there's no evidence being presented. What are you judging your opinion of? What people tell me all the time, Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown at 15. Yeah, Foxy Brown ain't suing Jay-Z. I'm not sure. I'm not saying Jay-Z is out here perfect, living a perfect life and haven't did anything, but that's not what he's being charged with. That's all I'm saying. And Buzbee can be a good attorney. He can only work with what his client bring him. So at a certain point, we could play all these games on social media that we want to. When we go to case, did Jay-Z do what he's accused of? And that's the evidence we need to see. And I can see how somebody can get mad when they come out here, try to gain publicity, right? And your plan ain't working. And then you become like non-credible. Because he's supposed to have 200 clients now. I don't know. It seems like out of 200 clients,
they're all anonymous.
Right. But I'm saying out of 200 clients, I'm sure you should have some names on them. I'm sure that somebody should have some kind of proof out of 200 people. And if the only thing you can walk in and say, I remember in 2003, I remember this happened. If you ain't got no damn proof, no offense, and the shit could have happened to you. But some people get screwed over and things happen to them. They just don't have a videotape around, a recorder around, and no witnesses. So I'm not saying people don't get away with it or telling the truth and just don't have it, but I don't see them winning no case in court with, I remember they did this. They fed me with drugs. I was so high, but I do remember this. I don't remember giving consent and all this. It's just too much hearsay. We need evidence. Go ahead, Sharrell.
If Jay-Z is on tape, the feds have with a minor, they will get him on that. Never mind Buzbee. Well, yeah, you just need the evidence. You're right. The 13-year-old victim is 37 now, a grown woman. Jay-Z should know who's accusing him. Well, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Team Buzbee. I wonder if there are really any victims or just a public humiliation bucking ritual going on because Jay-Z is trying to pursue NBC. He is. And did he challenge? Okay, De Leon. A lot of people are saying for Diddy, there's De Leon having his own brand, De Leon competing with Ciroc. They saying that they didn't mind Diddy working for them, but when he opened a competition line called De Leon, that's when the problems began. It is what it is. Let's keep going. He wants to know them so others can harass them. He wants to know them so others can harass them. Not sure what that is. Sorry. I agree. Jay-Z should know who's suing him. You have to know. BlackRock is part owner of De Leon. Who is BlackRock?
Oh yeah, I remember something like that. It's a big organization.
Attorneys. The fact that Jay-Z's attorneys are doing some of the tactics that they're doing, not normal behavior. Child, I done lost count. I really am not team anybody. Let's just get this over with so we can protect the victims. That's how I feel. Because of the Foxy Brown and Aaliyah relationships, I can't rule out that this is a false claim. Jay messed around with the minors, and it's a known fact. That's what people are saying.
Right.
Hearsay. Do I believe it? Well, it looks like it's true, but I don't think it would hold up in a court of law.
And I'm not on here saying that he didn't do these things, but for the person said that he did do this and shouldn't have been doing it with a minor, but was it consensual? Now I know a minor can't consent, so I'm not saying it in that sense way. But on this case, they saying he took it, he forced, he did with the 13-year-old. So I mean, I don't know. And Jay-Z can have a 99 problems, but maybe this ain't one. Because we talking about this one case. Is he wrong to this or that? He's not on trial for Foxy Brown and some of the other people. But go ahead.
Not Rumpelstiltskin's daughter. I hope this Jay-Z accusation is false. I think of him having 2 daughters, and that would be devastating. Also, not to mention a minor victim. Nobody's down with the minor. Nobody. Mm-hmm. Innocent until proven guilty, Passport says.
Right.
BlackRock had ties with the kid that pow Trump's ear. Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Whoa. Wow. Monique, that's I never heard that. That's serious. One of the minors was my goddaughter, Wanda, her son, my Ramir was not hearsay. Google name Ramir. Okay.
So are they saying one of the minors was their goddaughter?
Oh, right. This Ramir, is this the guy that's supposed to be Jay-Z's son? Let me put this up here. Hold on. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. And I'll make it really quick because I do know we still have to do reality TV. Okay. I've seen this guy before. Is this the guy that's supposed to be, this is your godson? So he's supposed to be Jay-Z's son. And I think the mother passed away. Ramir has been fighting to prove. Hi, Diva. How are you?
I'm doing good. Peace and blessings to both of you.
Hey, thank you. Hi.
I grew up on his music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I end up researching the parties that happened on September 7th of year 2000, the MTV Awards, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it does show that J-Lo and Diddy and his bodyguard, they went to a totally different after party club. And Jay-Z was at another club that night after the award show.
Mm.
And why would a 13-year-old go to an award show without a parent? That's what's got me boggled. Something's not adding up. I believe Diddy is guilty. Why? Because there's a video of him slinging Cassie all over the place. I believe that. But this stuff I'm hearing now, the evidence is not matching with me, because how can they be together when one person was at Club Lotus and the other was at Club Post? It doesn't make sense to me.
Got a good point. And And I would think if they was gonna win this case, like I don't know, is it possible? At this point, I don't trust nobody, celebrity or not. Anything's possible. But I would just say this. Do we think they would have enough to prove that 24 years later?
No.
Unless it's some kind of videotape or something. I would think you would have to have something. And if you had that, you probably would have came forward way before. I'm thinking. But I'm not sure. So it's not like a lot of people want to say we taking a side here or there. I'm talking about justice. Because a victim has the right for justice, and so did the falsely accused, if so. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of false people, falsely accused, go down the river because of things like this. I don't know who did what, but I feel like these attorneys are going at each other on the side trying to get public sentiment, right? Like, you know, doing this. Oh, yeah, this guy's bad. This team is bad. But at the end of the day, the only case they really had to worry about, did he do it or not?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the subject for a minute. Yeah, because I pulled up all this stuff about Ramir. Now, I heard about him for a long time. Have y'all heard about Jay-Z supposedly having an illegitimate child?
Yes, I spoke to him about 2 years ago, and I was upset.
And what did you hear?
He said that his mother was 15. See, before Jay-Z made it big, him and DeHaven used to be in Virginia, allegedly selling, drugs. And that's where he met Ramir's mom. And when they were right, and see, she died mysteriously. I believe something happened to her so she wouldn't talk.
Wow.
Now he's guilty of that. Now he's guilty of that, I believe. She was 15 when she got pregnant, and when she had him, she was 16 years old, and Jay-Z was in his 20s. So he does have a pattern with young girls. I can't take that away. That is true there.
Well, DNA test. Has there been a DNA test?
He won't take it.
Who won't? Jay-Z?
Right, Jay-Z. And I think the reason why he's been trying to cover this, because this stuff was coming out when R. Kelly trial was happening and that Me Too movement was out there.
Child, this is well, it looks like they went to court. These are the court papers. He actually took him to court. You don't take nobody to court on a lie. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
And even if you was like, even if you felt that was your father, to take him to court, deep in your heart, you feel that. And I don't see there's nothing wrong. Just take a DNA test to find out. Because if it ain't yours, it's not going to show positive. You know what I'm saying? That's the least you can do for the young man searching for his father. I think.
Yeah. I agree.
It's weird because he looks like his mother, but then when you go up, he looked like Jay-Z too. Look at the nose. Child, this is a mess. That's why I can't get too involved like that. This is a mess. What y'all thinking, Chad? What y'all thinking? Let me pull up the chat. This is crazy. I'm from Houston, and Tony Buzbee does not have a good reputation here. He appears desperate and is always looking for a way to advance his career. Additionally, he has attempted to run for public. Oh, child, really?
That is true. I seen a black lawyer call him out the other day. He does not have a good reputation. He's married to an heiress from a wealthy family down there in Houston. I don't know who the wealthy family of his wife.
They're saying that he takes advantage of black people. Did you hear that too?
Yes, because he tries to sue Travis Scott with that incident that happened when he performed. He was behind that too. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So this is why I'm thinking something is not adding up.
It's all kind of weird. What if all sides is hiding shit? What if all sides? It's crazy. Well,
yeah, and I'm saying that's possible, right? But a lot of people, I mean, I'm not saying the man said he dealt drugs coming up. I ain't saying he perfect, nowhere near it. And for a lot of people, I'm not a fan. I don't really like his music like that, just a couple songs really. But I just think fair is fair. Now we're in a society right now that, and even with Diddy, I gave him hell. And I seen the tape of him with Cassie. So he gave me a bad look. And my gut feels like, yeah, now you ain't really innocent. And just his behavior that I observed. Now, am I right that he did all these things? No. But I'm not on the jury. So I'm not crucifying him. I'm just saying my opinion. And my gut feeling is, I don't think Jay-Z did it. It's just a gut feeling. I don't have proof. And people are saying, well, damn, Perry, yeah, you can't put him on a pedestal. I'm not. And we can't put this attorney on a pedestal neither and act like that he bringing in the clients the right way when you got a Diddy hotline begging people to come to.
He do have a hotline.
So I'm only just saying fair is fair, and people would look at it totally different. Yes, if that was my daughter, I would want justice. But then if my daughter was wasn't no longer a minor and I wanted justice and she had to provide her name, damn it, we'll do that. But what if that was your son that was accused of it? You would want the person name. You would want to know about the background. You know, but this is what I seriously think. It's just my opinion, and I could be wrong. This is my theory. I think Buzbee got that hotline. He don't care what sticks, just throw out a lot. And I think this. He know these guys aren't perfect through the course of their life, right? Diddy or Jay-Z. And the reason why I feel like he go under John Doe, Jane Doe, and file these charges, because, yeah, what if one of them would have did it to one person that year and be like, I wonder if he got this exact person in there. He don't want to give the right name of the person because now a person can disassociate themselves with that person and say, no, come on, let's go to court. I ain't worried about that person. I think he's up there for a money grab, free publicity, and Diddy's lawyers there to make their money. You know, that's what lawyers do. I get it. But I think that he's really getting head over heels in this, because I think a good attorney would vet somebody a little bit to say, hey, okay, well, I think I can represent you. I think I can give you a win. If it's just off hearsay, most attorneys are going to tell you off the top, that ain't enough.
Right.
And I understand people saying the civil cases, the bar is lower. But I don't see nobody from 24 years ago coming up just saying, yeah, I remember this happened with no kind of proof.
Right.
Nicole
See, when I was assaulted at 19, I made sure I went to the police and got everything done, the DNA and everything, because you're not going to get away with assaulting me and violating me. So if this so-called happened,
you were a victim of SA.
Yeah.
And did you ever go through a period where you didn't want to talk about it?
Oh yeah. But I went when it happened to me. Someone called the police for me. I went to the hospital that same day. I was not going to go home with all these marks and blood drippings and things like that. I was going to get justice that day. I was going to get justice for me.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, you're a strong survivor of it. Like, and I do get people who don't. Because like don't want the public knowing, they feel ashamed of themselves, embarrassed, and things like that. So I do get it why a person could won't just escape it, don't want to relive it. But then I do got this thing. If you're gonna pursue justice 24 years later, no, is a reason why you stayed quiet for 24 years, because you didn't want these certain things to happen. No, you fixing to cross that bridge, and hopefully you brave enough just to go forward with it. I can't say who's lying or not, but I think it's simply hard for anybody, because at this point, I don't think nobody in this chat, all these bloggers running around act like they got the answer. Nobody can show me any evidence to make me even starting to think of guilty or innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you take offense when Perry says that?
No. There's been we're in an era where there's a lot of false lies that women portray, some of them for money, unfortunately, while others like me that really went through it, it's not, they just it's just been exposed that girl Misha was lying about all of that, and the blogger had to retract that.
Did he retract it?
Correct, but he's still leaving the other video up because he got over 1 million views. Remember that picture? A woman sitting on Diddy's lap in the studio with that DG shirt? That wasn't that girl Misha. Came out to be somebody else.
That was Anna Kane.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, at least he apologized, but that's sad. He won't take the damn thing down. You're going to get paid for it, whichever way it goes. Just take it down. You know it's fake.
But what if he paid for it? No, just saying.
You're messy, but that's true.
No, I'm just saying shit can happen like that because, like for real, man, you started YouTube to have fun and stuff, and we got into Housewife, did all that stuff. And I think at a certain point, I think people had to just start when things are slow, they get creative. People love a train wreck. People love to lie. And because I can come on right now, he did it. People will love it. Jay-Z, no, he did it. He did all this. And I got a witness. They would love it. But, you know, I'm going on 60, pushing 60, right? There's no need for me to be lying about this shit. And if this channel, if you want to just sort of be reasonable and have the conversation, because even when we having this conversation, we ain't saying we right. We giving you our opinion. You know what I'm saying?
But see, there's
our opinion.
Right. See, when when Biggie Smalls got killed a year after that, I noticed a pattern where the news and the magazines will talk about Diddy's white parties in the Hamptons. And I'm still in high school when this was going on. And I would never thought during that time that this is what he's being guilty of, these parties he was doing. It's just beyond, it's bizarre to me.
Yeah. Anyway, somebody's line is going to come out eventually. When they go back to court, the judge is going to look and make a decision. So we don't have to wait long, y'all. So anyway, thank you for coming up, Davita, and even sharing your story. I understand. I'm for the victims, and all of this stuff muddies the water. It makes me mad. It muddies the water when we should be talking about what happened and seeking justice for the victims.
Right. The real victims.
The real victims. The real victims, not Lamisha ass and Adria. The real victims. You got these people arguing over these lawyers. I just zone out because it's about the victims. So anyway.
And you know, and I'm glad you were strong enough to survive it and not let it, you know, make you feel like you was less than or shame you in any kind of event. You know what I'm saying? Like
right. I did. After that, about 6 months, I did leave where I was living, where it happened. I left and went to a whole nother area to start my life better. It's a journey to be healed when you've been violated. It's a journey in that. So, but he did do time though. He did do time over 20 years. He had to do 20 years.
Good.
That's right. Because you're not going to get away with doing me like that. So if I had a 13-year-old and she said to me that this happened, we're going to the doctor, we're going to the hospital. I'm getting a DNA test kit run on you so we could make sure we have our receipts together, our evidence together.
Yeah. All right, Davita. Thanks for coming
up. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Welcome. Y'all have a blessed night. Thanks
you
again.
Too.
All right, y'all. So we gave y'all the information. You do what you want with it. Perry, are we going to be able to go on tonight?
We could. Well, it's up to you. We'll see.
Okay, you guys. I don't know about tonight. I didn't plan to go on. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll talk reality TV. But this has been enough for one day. Perry, any last words? If not, take us out.
Oh yeah, I want to say real fast. Everybody in the chats, let me know how you feel about it. Like we said, we just give you our opinions and what we think. Do you think one side or the other is guilty? And if so, why? Or do you think the touring back and forth with the attorneys have anything to do as far as the actual case? That's what I want to know.
All right. Bye, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.